everybody. Welcome back to Listing Launchpad Director's Cut. My name is Jay with I Am Third Media, and I am here with Beth Traverso from the Beth Traverso Group. And today we are going to show you a special home from Woodinville, specifically in the Bridle Trails neighborhood. So before we get into all that, I gotta give you my special disclosure, the fact that this is solely for entertainment purposes only. So all information discussed on this video is intended for entertainment purposes only. Reasonable efforts have been made to make sure that everything we say is factual and is current. But stuff happens. But again, the content that we're doing right here is for entertainment purposes only, and we hope to bring you some fun, but at the same time, some cool, little things here and there that you might not be able to see in the MLS description or on Zillow or Redfin or whatever the listings might be. So without a further ado, let me bring in Beth Traverso.
Hi. Hi, Jay. So great to be here. I love these director's cuts. It's always fun to go a little more in depth on these listings that we're bringing to market. Get some extra insight in there.
Just a little bit, right? I mean, because there's only so much you can do with how many characters is it that we can put on the
750, including spaces.
Right. I mean, it's kind of like, you sometimes wonder, like, people are supposed to, they're investing a lot of time, money, and energy, and like all you have is 750 words to describe it. So that's where the director's cut comes in, where you and I just, chop it up, talk about it. I was there for, 2.5, 3 hours capturing all this stuff. You were there meeting with the sellers and doing all sorts of other prep work. So, what great way to, just kind of, have a chat. And this one, my goodness, it was gorgeous. But unlike last time, let's actually start with the video. How's that?
Yeah, we'll do the video first, and then we'll go into the other photos and floor plans.
Absolutely. So let me cue the video. Boom. And, of course, I mean,
beautiful wooded community. I love the approach here. That view from the street going up the driveway is really phenomenal.
And there's something about long driveways where it just kind of feels a little bit more luxurious,
Yeah, it sits on a rise, so it's a little bit higher than the street, which I think is always nice. In a beautiful community. I want to point out it's Cottage Lake Bridle Trails, not to be confused with Bellevue's Bridle Trails. It's different area.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just kind of figure everybody would know that when we said Woodinville is the
just in case somebody didn't make that connection, I just want to make sure people understand. This is in Woodinville.
Right.
Beautiful Cottage Lake.
That goes, oh, you guys are lying. This is
right. I just want to make sure people understand, just in case. Right. Yeah. Look at this kitchen, by the way. The Viking range.
The Viking range.
Please note the Viking range. Yes. And they updated this kitchen and put beautiful cabinetry in here. And this is the so we're moving fast here. So this is the backyard, and you can see that deck there. I love that composite deck. This house was owned
pretty big. Like, it's pretty spacious.
It's big. It's for entertaining and relaxation. It's great. And the owners of this home are very meticulous. So everything they did on this home and property was done very, very well. You're the kind of sellers we want to buy from. So somebody who takes meticulous care of the home.
They're the ones where you just kind of have to just do a little bit of a touch up and then, boom, right?
Yeah.
Did you guys have to repaint anything?
No.
Oh, because it looked like it was pretty, like, it looked like it was repainted. It was really nice and clean.
Yeah, I don't think we did any painting there. There might have been a little bit of touch up, but not much. Yeah. And so it's 5 bedrooms. There's 3 upstairs. You can see there's that primary suite, 2 other bedrooms, and then going down here on the lower level, it's a fully finished daylight basement with this huge rec room and then 2 other bedrooms. And those are, we virtually staged certain rooms just to show the size and scale so people could visualize how they might use the space.
Correct. And the virtual staging, like there's a lot of different sort of feeling, and people will say different things about it, but it's not to, deceive anybody. It's just to give you an idea
No.
of what that space can look like.
We always make sure to show it both ways so people can understand exactly, here's what it'll look like when you arrive at the property. Here's what it looks like if you want to imagine it with furniture in that space. And it's
Absolutely.
labeled as virtually staged. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Let's start by taking a look at the floor plan. So it's let's see here. This is the second.
That's the lower level.
Yep. This is the lower level. This is the main floor right here.
Yeah.
So all right. So take us through the floor plan here.
Yeah. So as you walk in, on the left is the living room, which I love that space. I think it's my favorite in the house. It's vaulted and it looks out on the beautiful front lawn and this kind of mossy maple that even without any leaves on it is really spectacular. And the sellers told me that when it's leafed out or in the other seasons of the year, it's absolutely incredible. And you can see how the big windows just frame that view there.
Right.
And it just feels very private and very peaceful there. And then going through there, from there you go, there's a fireplace in there. It's a double-sided fireplace, which is cool. So you can see the fire from the family room or the living room. And so going through the formal dining room, and then you go into the updated kitchen with the breakfast nook there, and then the family room. So you have two living spaces there. So you can have a more formal living room and the more casual family room off the kitchen. I like that you have 3 different living spaces in this house. You have the 2 upstairs and the big one downstairs.
Correct.
Yeah. The 3 bedrooms upstairs, which is a good floor plan to have all that. You've got a lot of space for everybody here in this house. Pretty well laid out.
Secondary bedrooms. And here's the lower level with the playroom. Garage. We didn't really show the garage in the video, but garage is like a 2-car up front with a tandem space. That I think it can easily be like a workshop or something like that.
Right. It's called a 3-car tandem garage is what they call that. But you're right, that third bay, at least, people usually do use it for storage or setting up a workshop. Or I've seen people put woodworking or art or whatever. You can set it up. You can use it for anything you need. It's kind of a cool flex space to have for whatever you need it for.
I think we got to start showing some picture because everybody's probably going like, "Oh, I want to see what you're talking about."
I know. Yeah, let's take a closer look.
So here's the aerial view of the driveway going in.
You can see the yard.
And there's a sneaky, sizable like side yard to the left of the house.
There is
that sometimes people kind of don't really recognize. Like this is a good view of that.
Yeah, you can definitely see that there. Lots of space for gardening, pets, play, whatever you like. And I like that view from the back of the driveway there. And then coming up close, you can see they have that composite decking in the front too, which is nice. It just really adds to the curb appeal.
I feel like that's not very typical in our region, right?
No, it isn't. And the fact that it's low maintenance too, because when it's that composite material, you don't have to worry about constantly restaining it and sanding it, replacing boards. All you have to do is just clean it off every once in a while.
Absolutely. And while I was there, I was kind of going through like, what could you possibly be doing here? But I mean, I guess if you're having like, people over entertaining, you just kind of open up the door in the nice summer day and, everybody's just kind of hanging out to the, front of the house all the way to the back of the house.
Yeah. And, maybe sometimes people like to follow the sun too, or the shade, like on a hot summer day. If it gets too hot in the back, sometimes you want to move to the front or vice versa.
Absolutely. This is the right side of the house, looking into the backyard.
Yeah.
And there's the RV space.
Yeah. Extra parking there. Could put an RV if you wanted.
Right. If you have one of those, I don't know the exact size of it. If you have those really big ones, it'll still fit. You're just going to have to be really good at parallel parking.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. Might take a little skill to back it in there, but the space is there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. There's that cool mossy tree that I like. Yeah.
There it is on the right. So while we're flipping through this, Beth, as of the recording, so we're February 8th, and you're gonna be seeing this when the listing is actually active, which is a week from today, right?
Yeah.
And last week and a half, 2 weeks, maybe 2.5, we're seeing some things happening in the market right now, right? With the previous two that we did.
Yeah, I'm expecting this to get a lot of attention and activity.
So we're sort of back into this competitive, like as a listing agent, like what advice do you have for like buyer's agents or buyers that are out there to, really be able to compete?
Yeah, so I would say the first thing to do would be to have your agent give the listing agent a call, or in this case, have them call me so I can fill them in on all the information and make sure that the inspection report and all reports or disclosures and everything have been received. And so you as a buyer can do all your due diligence to make an informed offer. Because I don't ever like to presume anything is going to happen in particular, but if a listing is popular and gets competitive, then the more you can, of your due diligence you can do up front, the better. Makes your offer stronger. And then having your agent coordinate with the listing agent, or me in this case, can give you some specific tips on things that are to be done that can make an offer stand out and be more compelling to the seller.
Absolutely. And this is, it actually kind of helps, if you have good relationship with people, like just, that's why you see a lot of those, like just be a good human and then work hard, right?
Yeah. My license plate frame says, work hard, be nice. So, yeah.
There you go. All right. So we're coming in the front door. So this is technically a split level, right?
It is. Yeah. I can see about the half stair up and half stair down when we come in.
Yep. So we've got it, and this is top of the stairs, and we're going into this gorgeous living space. So this is the first angle looking at the door. And look at
I love this space. Like I said, I think this is my favorite space in the house, this living room area where you've got the vaulted ceilings with the beam and the beautiful wooded view out those large windows there. And then directly behind you, if you're looking out these windows, is the fireplace there.
Right here.
Yeah.
And I initially, when I looked at it, I didn't realize it was double-sided.
I know. I didn't realize that at first either.
And I'm like looking through it going, hey, I see the other side. Like,
yeah.
That's crazy. And by the way, as usual, Catherine did fantastic job.
Oh, yeah. Our stager, Catherine Lenhart, with First Impression Staging and Design, knocked it out of the park like she always does, she and her team. So thank you to them.
Absolutely. So here's the dining room, and dining room. So you can see how it flows from the living room, and dining room is pretty spacious too. Like it's a full size table.
Oh yeah,
6 regular size chairs.
And you have the maple hardwoods in this room as well.
Surrounded by windows. Like those windows are just awesome.
I love the outlook. It's on a really nice site, the Shy Acre lot. So everywhere you're looking out at trees. It's very northwest.
Right. It's I may say it's very Beth Traverso-y. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm drawn to these types of properties. So I get to work with them a lot. So I'm a lucky person.
So we're gonna go into the kitchen. Oh, we skipped right in.
Yeah, so that's kind of the far end of the kitchen, the dining. Like a little breakfast nook in there.
Right. I think that photo just okay. Here we go.
There we go. Yeah, so you can see this is very thoughtfully designed with the granite countertops and the high-end stainless appliances. There's that Viking range, and it's extra wide with the big hood. A lot of times homes of this era, they don't have the ventilation, or it's downdraft, which not very effective.
What do you call that thing, the little swivel thing that has water? The
pot filler.
I don't know the proper name for it.
Yeah, it's a pot filler. Little things like that. Yeah. So, and look at all that cabinetry.
And I think that is that when you come and visit this house, you might initially feel like the island is kind of like out of place a little bit, but then the more you walk around the kitchen, it makes total sense.
Yeah, makes total sense.
So this is the fireplace from the family room side of it.
Yeah, so this is off the kitchen area. You've got this other little more intimate, cozy family room area,
Right.
which I would imagine would be a very well used part of the house because it's right off the kitchen where people just tend to gather.
Absolutely.
And again, you've got the maple hardwoods in here too.
And when you open the door out to the deck, like it's a very seamless flow. So again, like in the summertime, it's just like an extension of
Yeah,
the living space.
yeah.
The deck should be coming up here in a little bit. So here's a good shot at the island. So you can have two stools, like use that as a workspace. Oh, by the way, there's a monitor mount that's actually mounted that you can mount a monitor and make it into like a, entertaining area while, doing snacking or something. You can work there. It was
Yeah.
very thoughtful design.
I hadn't even registered. That hadn't even registered to me. So thanks for pointing that out. I'm still learning things about this house. Another
You're a
cool feature.
for spending 3 hours at the house.
Yeah, you spent longer in there looking at it than I did.
So we have the primary suite.
Uh-huh. Again, nice and spacious. There's a large, I believe that's a king bed.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I love it when you have like windows on more than one side of the wall because that kind of helps with the airflow.
For sure.
And by the way, the pictures might be deceiving. That's a king size bed with larger than usual nightstand. So it's very spacious.
Very spacious. And then, here's the primary bath, the big shower.
I must say, there could be some people going like, oh, there's no tub, right?
Well, there's a tub in another part of the house. So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's where I was headed.
Yeah. Some people prefer to have just the extra large shower and not have to step in and out of a tub.
I personally like the large shower.
I think a lot of people do. You're not alone there. But if someone wants to take a bath, there is a bathtub here as well.
Right. So this is one of the bedrooms upstairs. Here is the other angle for the primary bedroom.
Nice.
And this is
an office. There's so many rooms in this house that you could easily use one of the bedrooms as an office and not have to sacrifice one of the others. You still have plenty of bedrooms.
Absolutely. All right. There's an artistic magazine shot I did.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're heading downstairs. So as you head downstairs, this is the rec room.
Yeah, this room is gigantic.
Yep. It's so big that it actually echoes because it's not furnished.
Right.
And I thought that was like, it didn't really hit me how big it is.
There's a lot of space there. So
look at that. Like you can visualize how it can be used. And so whenever we virtual stage spaces, I kind of have fun with it because I'm like, if that was my house, I'd put the TV right on top of the fireplace. So I was like, yeah, let's put a TV there.
Yeah. So, and I think this is a great example of virtual staging and why it's helpful because it shows you how big that space is and how you can use that space and how you can put a pool table in there if you wanted and still have plenty of room for a sectional or anything, TV area. There's just a lot of space down here.
Yeah, that's and that door to the far end, that's the side entry that leads out to that rather large side yard.
Correct. That's out to the side yard.
Here's the reverse view of it. And the reverse view of the virtual staging. And this is one of the bedrooms, which we also virtual stage, so it could look something like that.
Yep. Fully daylight, and that's one of the things I like about split level designs is they do make it so it does not feel subterranean whatsoever.
Right. Absolutely. And this is the final bedroom there. All right, so now we're outside in the deck. Like that deck just seems so nice.
It is. It takes there's a significant investment went into that, and the fact that it's ready to go for the next person. Most decks we see around are, they tend to be old. They tend to need
some
update. They need repairs
or whatever.
Yeah, they might be okay, barely, but not for long. This one's built to last. And
Yeah, this one's gonna
beautiful.
whoever moves in here is probably gonna be there when they move out.
Yeah, and they're gonna really enjoy it.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So here's the back right corner of the house, and this is just a big wide angle shot. So to the right, that's that sneaky big left side of the house.
Yeah.
And if you love gardening, like you're in heaven because there's just everywhere.
Yeah, there's good sunlight there, and the fact that it's raised up a little bit just gives it a little better exposure, I think, and
Right.
the fact that there's trees giving you privacy, but not so many that you're, and fully enveloped by the trees. You've got a nice clearing and you've got a nice flat, mostly flat lawn. That's what I like about the shy acre size. It's like just enough space if you want a little elbow room, but it's not so enormous that you're going to have to hire staff necessarily to maintain the grounds. It's not like that.
And I experienced something unique. Like when I was there and doing the pictures and stuff, like I felt very private, right? Because you see trees out the window and whatnot. But then as soon as I went out down the driveway, you see people going for a jog, walking their dogs. So it's like you have privacy, yet you're still surrounded by neighbors who you can interact with.
Every time I've been there, and anytime anyone has been there, there's always people out there walking, and just neighbors being neighborly and walking their dogs, and it's that kind of neighborhood.
Absolutely. All right, so we're now back outside, and again, that driveway going up, just something about it, like I just love.
Oh, I know. It's magical, and you have the mature evergreens, and it's just a lovely, lovely home and a great setting.
Now, question for you, just based on your experience, like lawn of that size, do you do the hand pushing, or do you do the cart? Do you do the
I recommend the riding mower, so it'll make relatively quick work of it. Doing it with a push mower. I know people that have done that, but they're a different breed. Most people don't want to take that on with the push mower, but it's up to you.
I'll bet a lot of people would like that.
Mhm.
All right, there we go. Okay, so so we're still about a week away from actual listing date, but by the time you see this, again, it's going to be on the market, MLS number 219-7970, and you can find the property website at bridletrailsmovingready.com. Beth, how do so again, like what the I know you have this the packet, right? The is it the listing, the offer instruction and things?
We have an offer guide, yeah. If people are interested, we try to get some frequently asked questions addressed in there. Yeah.
Like I just wanted to ask you, like, it's so important to have that up there because it's actually there to help the buyer's agent and the buyers to be able to navigate better instead of asking, oh, should I do this? Should I do that? Like, so it's almost like you're trying to make it easy for everybody to, be able to submit that offer,
Yeah, it helps them, which helps everybody. It helps them write an offer that doesn't require corrections and changes because they don't have to hopefully make guesses about what needs to be on there and have some encouragement about things they may wish to consider, as well as things like who is handling escrow and is the title report or things like that, that we agents need to think about when we're writing offers. And then all just, the other good to know information about what the seller is looking for and how it will work on review day. We are going to have an offer review date on this, which is going to be the following Tuesday, the 20th of February. So I'll be excited for that. And we're still just putting the finishing touches on things, but we are by and large ready to go. And I'm really excited to get this on the market.
Absolutely. And this was, and you don't really see things go up for sale in this neighborhood.
No, they're few and far between. And there's a lot of variety in there. There's all different kinds of homes. So this particular one is going to be different than some of the other ones. So I think it's a special offering that you don't typically see. And
Oh, I think so. And you know me, anytime you have that much privacy, but you're 10 minutes away from Costco, I'm in.
yeah, it feels like a rural, out of the way setting, but it's very central and close to a lot of shopping, amenities, employers, everything, all right close by.
Absolutely. So Beth, we're a little over a month in, and this is what our fifth listing, right? I believe.
Yeah.
What are we expecting this year? Like, is it from? I mean, you hear things like I saw so many like social media videos. Agents are coming out going, "Oh, we had to compete with like 20 offers, and oh my gosh, like things are getting crazy again." Like, what's your outlook?
Well, I think with rates coming down from they reached their high last fall of close to 8%. And the fact that now we're down into the mid sixes is a big improvement from where it was. And there's some debate about when or how much rates may continue to go down. It may not happen as quickly as some people may want it to, but there's reasons for that. And so it's gonna, I think, be probably a slow. I think the rates are going to be more or less kind of similar to where they are for a while, but buyers seem to be responding really well to this mid-6 range rate, especially if they were calculating paying based on an 8% rate. It certainly helps. So what is the big question that remains to be answered is, what is the inventory going to do? I think the demand side is going to be strong. That's what I'm seeing. We're seeing a lot of competition on a lot of homes, and we're seeing a lot of multiple offers happening. If the supply all of a sudden comes on in a big way, that could change things, but I haven't seen that yet. So we'll see. We're just getting going in our busy season, and the greater Seattle area tends to be really late January through April. So we're just hitting our stride here. So it'll be interesting to see. I've been working with a lot of folks that are, preparing their homes for sale or out there shopping for houses. So I think in a lot of ways we're back to it. Not necessarily, every market's different. It's not necessarily the same as it was back in 2021. I think that was a different market for a different time, but it's definitely more competitive than it was. It's the second half of 2022, 23. So
Absolutely.
mm-hmm.
Well, Beth, thank you so much for the insight. We expect a lot more of listings to be coming through with you and your team. And this one in particular, oh man, folks, you got to jump on it. Like I'm telling you, like go see it.
Somehow
I know
special feel, and this goes.
Right. Like I know the photo is amazing, the video is amazing, but it's not as amazing if you go see it in person. Like go see it, and I'm gonna just suspect that the open house is gonna get pretty crowded. So, but good news is there's plenty of parking along the street.
Yeah. Come see us at the open houses. We'll be doing 2 the first weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So information about that will be online, and we look forward to seeing people there and can't wait.
Fantastic. Thanks so much, Beth. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, Jay.